have no clue what that woman was, but I know for a fact it wasn't anything I want to remember. I'll try to answer and questions as best I can. Come home from drinking with my buddies, buzzed and getting tired. See my wife walking to the bedroom, it's bedtime for her too. Laying in bed with wife. We're talking in the dark as is our nightly routine. She leaves to use the restroom. Comes back about 1 minute later, closes and locks the door as usual. Lays down in bed again. She likes to sleep with her arm over me and head in my neck. Attempt to talk, assume she's fallen asleep. Start nodding off, brain thinking of stupid shit like elephants doing backflips. Snap out of my sleep, bedroom doorknob is jiggling. Look at the door, and hear my wife on the other side say, "Stop playing, let me in." Shitbricks.gif. Look down at my sleeping wife. Can barely make anything out because of the dark. Slip out from under her and turn on the light. Look back at her, no one's there. Look around the room, wife starts getting pissed and demanding I let her in. Go to open the door. Pitch black of the hallway, no one's there. Shitmarbricks.gif. Suddenly sober up and realize my wife is working a double shift. Drown_in_bricks_I_chat.gif. This would fuck with me. Here's a story that I've never shared before. It's not really paranormal, but it scares the living shit out of me. 17 years old, been smoking weed regularly with a couple of guys from college. I'm from the UK, we start college at 16, for a year now. One of the guys usually drives and we smoke up in this field that's deserted at night. Driver gets a call from someone. He starts freaking out, literally laying on the floor screaming down the phone. Never heard screaming like that before, it was fucking terrifying. He's not even making sense, he's like writhing around on the floor and screaming down the phone. Starts doing this weird fucking laughing, all bug-eyed and weird. Calmly puts his phone in his pocket. Climbs very tall fence for a tennis court. Jumps off, lands on his neck and fucking kills himself. Guy I hung around with every day for a year just UPS and kills himself because of a phone call and none of us know who it was on the other end. I wish I was making this up, but it fucked me up for a while afterwards. The other guy we were with started using ketamine regularly. We're both 21 now and he's completely screwed in the head. I was on medication for a while afterwards, shitty citalopram, but came off it quickly. The police put it down to a stoned idiot climbing the fence. They interviewed us both once and that was it. I never even heard from his family, they moved out of the county pretty quickly. I still have his younger brother on Facebook. I've buried the memory somewhere in my brain and just try to ignore it, but whenever my phone rings and I don't have the number saved then I always get a horrible feeling and I never answer. I'm not even explaining how fucking weird this guy was acting when he answered his phone, it was horrible. The fucking noises he was making were so fucking disgusting. I can't even try to explain it because it makes me feel physically sick. Demon. Minding my own business on the third plane, doing infernal shit. Suddenly my pocket vibrates. You have one message. Oh great Surixblurg, PLS come to my house and give me wisdom or money or anything really. How about no? Continue about my eternal night. Suddenly, an archdemon appears. Surixblurg, you must go to that human's house and impart wisdom upon him, but do it in a spooky and cryptic way. He has scribbled the correct sigils on a roll of vellum with goat's blood so you know he's serious. Off you go. It's the demon code. Man fucking why, I'm not even dash. I said it's the demon code. Whatever. Show up at this fag's house around midnight. Surixblurg, you're here. Tell me, will I find the love of my life? Sure kid. Make his furniture jiggle around a little bit. Return to the screaming abyss. MFW. Be me, 17, go on a backpacking trip over the summer through a school program. Me and like 10 other kids in Mount Skokomish Wilderness with a ranger and an intern. The ranger was a 60-year-old man, really quiet, and kind of grouchy. The intern was some college girl pursuing a job like him. Hike and camp for about 4 days, not much happens. Occasionally catch the ranger checking out some of the girls at the camp, don't think much of it. He only ever talks to the intern. About midway through the whole thing we all smell terrible, but getting used to it, important. Late one night, really windy, I have my flashlight and go to take a dump in the woods. Go to the latrine, on my way back, when I smell something fucking nasty. Like I said, we were used to the smell of Bo, and this definitely wasn't Bo. Start following the smell in the dark, tripping over logs and shit, don't intend to go very far. Pass a tree and the ranger is just standing still beside me like a statue. Says pretty warm out, huh? Just sort of stand there. He goes walking back to the campsite and says the latrine is the other direction. The smell is still fucking awful, so I pretend to walk to the latrine, but once he's gone I go back and follow the smell. It gets really bad, it smells like really sour shit and vomit. Follow it, gagging, until I come across a little clear patch of ground. The intern is totally naked, sitting in a pile of her own shit, vomit, and blood, crying, totally smeared in all of it. A few bloody, shitty sticks right beside her. She's just crying with her legs spread and sort of shaking. I ask if she's okay, she says yes. Ask if I can help, she says no. Walk back to camp fucking terrified and guilty. The ranger is in his tent, I guess, because I can't find him around camp. Go into my tent and turn out flashlight. Lie there for a while, can't sleep. Hear big footsteps walking away from right near my tent. I was near some trees, so I guess he was standing outside of my tent for a while. Don't sleep at all. The next day, eventually find her filtering water, ask if she's okay. She says she doesn't know what I'm talking about and to go help the others make dinner. The rest of the trip I literally cannot get within 10 feet of her, she's just always not near me. She and the old ranger dude are really talkative. He's really friendly, compliments me. Hike out eventually and go to a ranger station / lodge for a night before driving out. There's an older woman ranger there, I tell her everything that happened. She seems very concerned and takes my phone number. That night I go to shower, come back and find my room and all my belongings totally raided. Say fucking nothing to anyone the whole drive back to Boise. This was before Facebook. I've tried to look some of them up since, but only ever had luck with the intern, who I eventually think I found on a USFS website by pure chance when I was researching something totally different. It only had the first name listed, but the face looked right. It may interest some of you. It's not really much of a story. Not yet. The thing is, in city I live there are many old abandoned factories, some of they were like that for decades. I'm living in a district where there are a few near me. Some of them were demolished and some renewed, and there are now apartments in them. But among them there are few that for some reason was left untouched. I once decided to get into one of them. It was quite small, once a shoe factory or some shit like that. We managed to break in and pick related. So yeah, first floor was kind of disappointing. Nothing really interesting there. And really there wasn't access for the whole building. The end was the bigger room with W pile of rubbish. And a hole in a wall. We presumed it's the way up and we were not wrong. All we had to do was to stockpile some stuff near it and somehow squeeze through. Okay, I got one from recently. This is where it hit me. Later friend told me he felt the same. That fucking uneasy feeling. There was something wrong, but hell, we both thought that the other one didn't give a fuck, so we both didn't say anything. Now, light was terrible and my friend only took couple shitty photos that shows nothing. Well, he took the two that can give you look into what weird shit we walked in. Anyway, first room was normal. Nothing there, just some rubbish lying. And then we walked into second, larger room. This is when it became weird as fuck. There was none of this shit on the first floor. And now the whole fucking floor was covered in styrofoam with these strange symbols on it. The whole fucking walls covered by those symbols. Yeah, it may not sound scary at all, but being there combined with that weird feeling has fucking done it. There was something really wrong with this place and we knew it. I mean, who the hell covers whole room with such shit? But we decided to keep on. This is also where the friend's phone died. I didn't even bring one with me since I lived near and I didn't really had the need. Only thing we had was a cheap lighter. Anyway, those fucking drawings. There were also in the other room. More symbols and those weird fucking fetus-like things. Shit was unsettling at least. And the thing is, I only realized it then, that it almost felt as someone was watching me. Which was absurd since there was no way to look into that building just like that. We roamed the second floor like that, looking at those weird symbols and fetuses. Nothing much really except those. We decided to slowly come back. And this is when we heard something. Like slight screech. And this is when wind putted out our lighter. In split seconds we both figured that there was no fucking wind in this building earlier, not a slightest draft. Maybe we were both just paranoid but we simultaneously noped as fuck. I don't really remember, I think I saw some movement the moment we escaped though that hole to the first floor, but that was probably nerves and all. It was dark, the atmosphere was weirding us out and we lost our reason once we decided to get out of there anyway. Although this place can't leave my mind. I don't think it's the only one like that. I think I will prepare and I will check out the other factories. Maybe I will go back to this one. Maybe during a day. For sure I'm not coming there alone. Me. Used to be scrawny lil faggot. Bad diet, bad sleep, bad attitude, etc. Have sleep paralysis all the time. Always would be fucking giga scary demons, ghosties, etc. Always scared shitless just hoping it stops. Get actual sensation from them touching me. Ice fucking cold. Wanna cry, scream, and run away. But I can't fucking move. FFW years later. Get/fit/AF. Eat healthy, good attitude, strong AF. Big BOI coming through. Haven't had sleep paralysis in years. Finally have it for the first time a few nights ago. I awake and find that I can't move. Fucking annoying fuck. Annoyed as fuck. Looking around. Then I see it. In the dark half of my room an even darker thing. Size of a small boy, black as space. Still can't fucking move. It starts slow walking over to me. I'm angry. Not like caught my wife cheating angry. Like star-shattering ass fuck angry. Start shaking out of anger that this faggot has the gall to challenge me at my most vulnerable. Start literally fucking growling because I can't roar at this little ghost faggot. At the peak of my anger feel like I'm going to explode. Almost like it senses what will happen. It starts slowly moving backwards. Disappears into the wall. Soon as it's gone paralysis goes away. I leap out of bed naked. So fucking goddamn aneurysm mad. Rush over to wall. Smack fuck out of it. Start roar laughing. Lil fucking bitch ass ghost.